I want to step back and go back to right around the time you were drafted, right? So I like talking to guys about their draft day story, and yours was a little bit different just from the fact that you were going to be a top pick and end up, hurting your arm and falling in the draft. Still, I think, sixth round? Is that where you went?
Yeah, sixth round.
So what was draft day like for you? Were you expecting at that point to go lower, or was that a surprise for you? Walk me through that day, how special it was, and also the feelings of going in the sixth.
Yeah, I remember not really knowing how it was going to pan out. And the biggest thing I remember feeling was I was pretty nervous because I was either going to sign with the team and immediately go get, Tommy John, or I was going to go to Vanderbilt. And I can't remember if we knew for sure I needed it at the time. I think we did know for sure I needed it.
Yeah.
So I was either going to begin a new chapter with pro ball or a new chapter in college. So I felt a little bit nervous about that just in general. Yeah, I just remember it was at my parents' house, our old house, and I remember watching day one and kind of being, I don't know, a little disappointed that I didn't really have too much of an idea of what was going on. And then day two comes around and I hear it's down. I think it was down to the Astros or the Cubs. And finally I just heard, hey, they're going to meet your number. And I was kind of impressed because for me, it's like I'm not gonna be able to play. There's a lot of risk. I've got Tommy John. I need Tommy John, all that. So, but it was definitely one of those things where it's a once in a lifetime moment, and I remember how excited my family was.
Yeah.
So it was definitely special, but it definitely would have been probably a little more enjoyable had I not torn my arm and been able to really have my best bullet with it.
Yeah. And then, so you end up getting drafted, going through surgery, end up dominating your way throughout the minors. And then in 2017, you're right in the middle of a wild trade looking back on it. I was thinking about this yesterday. It was you, Eloy Jimenez, and Dunning for, I think it was like Quintana or something like that, from the Cubs to the White Sox. And what was that day like for you? Were you told like, hey, be ready, we're packaging you in some trades, or was it like complete shock to you that you were just traded?
I wasn't told anything, but it wasn't shocking because my starts kept getting scratched and pushed back. So the running joke in the locker room was like, yeah, you're about to get traded. And I think it was mostly half-hearted, like we're all kind of messing around. But yeah, I kept getting scratched and we're like, why? And they just go with it, whatever. So
just go with it.
Well, in baseball, especially when you're a young guy in a minor leaguer, I mean, you don't have much say. You're kind of just like a chess piece that's like, hey, go here, do this. So, I just remember getting a call at like 10 a.m. saying, hey, you've been traded, go get your stuff. And someone from the White Sox is going to call you. So I pack up my apartment, some of my stuff from my apartment in my car, and I drive down to South Carolina to meet my new team. And I think we were playing against the Columbia Fireflies, something like that. So pretty much I went from having a team in South Bend, Indiana, to driving down to South Carolina and the next day being on a new team. And that was about it.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.